Oh, well, backpack's packed. Kia ora. Welcome to Observing Nature with Jamin today. Oh, it's early morning. Well, not that early, 6:30. Off a bit of a drive to get to the location today. We're going to go and do some bird watching in the bush. See some New Zealand bush birds. Hopefully photograph some Mohua, maybe some Kakariki if we see any. And all the other bush birds. So yeah, just going to go a bit of a drive and see what we can see. Pretty cool morning, bit of fog just at the bottom of this valley, making some pretty cool lighting, although you can't pick it up on this of course, but pretty nice day to be out I think. 0 down to -3, but yeah, averaging about -2 on the drive this morning. Anyway, we're here, past National Park. We're gonna look at some bush birds. Probably can't see the pink, little pink sky up there. It won't really show in this lighting. But yeah, gear up on the bag and get going. See where we're going. Bit of ice on these stones just makes it a bit slippery. Not that it's slippery. It's alright. So it's early May in Arthur's Pass National Park, New Zealand. So it's our autumn. We just had produced a decent dump of snow on the mountains 2 days ago. Snowed over about a day and a half up high. Probably 20 centimetres up on the tops. Well, the high alpine might have 30 to 40 maybe. Around 1800 it's probably 20 to 30. Yeah, we're not going up high in the snow today. Going looking for bush birds. But yes, it's autumn and starting to cool down. -2 this morning. It's the first good frost for the year really that I recall. Had a few little light ones, but for the first proper frost that's widely covering everywhere. So yeah, start of close to winter, now autumn. Nice Matagari flats here. Just weeds, some rosehip in the middle of it. But yeah, nice frozen Matagari. Right, going to cross a little river here. Oh, a bit chilly. Oh, bit jolly cold on my feet this morning, but it's alright, it's what you do in New Zealand. We have lots of river crossings, particularly in Arthur's Pass National Park, and just have to suck it up and have cold feet. I have actually got a spare pair of shoes in my bag for later in the day if I want to have some dry feet. But wouldn't normally do that. Don't normally have the luxury of time to change out shoes. Some people will take their shoes off, but on a frozen morning like this, you don't want to walk across there in the freezing water. You'll pretty miserable experience on your toes, likely to damage your feet walking in the water. It's this cold, and then you've got to try and get them dry and warm again. Better just have wet feet and keep walking, and your feet will warm up while you're walking. Beautiful day out here. Cloud, the fog's just a real thin fog here. Just yeah, you can can just see a peak up there above my head. Sunlight's just catching it. My trousers back down. Keep my shins warm. Oh well, it's going to be a beautiful still day. Great for bird watching in the forest. And yeah, the lighting's going to be a bit dark to start with, but I need to get a bit further up the valley so that yeah, get into the forest and get to the area where the birds might be. Particularly keen to see some mohua today, but can't guarantee that. There's only probably, I don't know how many in the valley, might be 50. Usually averaging about 10 nests a year for the mohua experts who come and check them each breeding season or two. Crack a day, look at the mountains up there. Can't quite see really. Haven't got time to stop and get the big camera out. Just got to keep moving a bit later than I was intending. I was intending to be going through this part in the dark and be up in the forest for daylight, but it's alright. It'll be barely light enough in the forest yet to do any useful photographing. So, the frozen frost today. Eye view. Shoes. My favourite innovates on today. Oh. Just heard first Kakariki of the day. Kakariki, yellow crowned or karaka, orange front. Oh, I can see I can see parakeets. Okay, time to get binos out and have a look. So, just off into the forest to look for parakeets. I think they flew off quite a way, so probably not a lot of. Probably it's a bit too, not enough lighting here really. Yeah, identifying parakeets. Long time since I've been in this bit of forest. I used to work in this forest a long time ago. Just looking out for parakeets. I think they probably flew on further. Spend a lot of time looking up in the air and doing this. Could still be here, but I suspect they're flying on. Oh, no more hearings of the Kakariki, Parakeet. So they probably flew on. They're flying around the bush edge often this time of day. They'll be moving quite a way often, so I'm just going to carry on getting up the valley a bit. A nice bit of walking track here. Oh, here's a tomtit just up here. Just flying down the post over there. Just see the tomtit flying off inside the tree here. New Zealand tomtit, the male. Coming along getting his breakfast. Hunting off the tree. Of course, by the time you get camera gear ready, tomtit's flying on, and out we'll just keep the big camera out handy. Might catch another tomtit feeding along the track here. Oh, a photo of a tomtit. I'm still learning this filming stuff. A matter of having too many hands and too many things to do at once. Oh, and it's freezing. There's a nice little stream over here. Hear it tinkering along. So I just got my bigger camera out, changed the lenses around, took some photos of this wonderful view. So yeah, the lens change. Now I've just took some photos, some scenic photos, doing some scenery shots instead of looking at birds, and just switch the lenses back to my zoom lens because I need to have my zoom lens on for in case I see a bird. No point, I won't have time to change. Well, by the time I change, these lenses will be gone. So I need to keep the right lens available. I better just check it and drop anything on the ground. No lens caps or anything lying around. Bits hanging out of my bag. Keep binoculars handy here as well. Beautiful day, enjoy it. Good to be on a nice bit of track, got a nice little stream. Yeah, just got to get onto finding some paras, some parakeets that is. Oh, sorry, Mohua, really? Well, who knows? Birds, bush birds, parakeets, Mohua, seen a tomtit, and a robin already. Cool, a little bit of fog on the creek. Oh, I have to get my jacket out yet. Oh, spider webs covered in dew. Can't hear the birds so well from here because of the stream noise. It's alright. Oh, here's a tomtit again. Nice lichen on these trees. See this lichen here? It's called old man's beard lichen. I don't know what its official name is, I can't remember. Okay, now I've got a microphone in, you might be able to hear me talking. So I was just saying, so there's some old man's beard lichen around here. Not lots of it, but a bit. So this lichen here that's hanging in the tree, we call it old man's beard lichen. Sometimes you get heaps of it. It tends to like cold spots where the wind blows through it a little bit. Some in here on this tree here. See a bit of it on this tree here, so we're just sort of hanging around. Some old man beard lichen. Some nice stuff hanging out here. So yeah, old man's beard lichen. Looks like an old man's beard who's grown rather old and long. Not really grey, it's got a slight green tinge to it. Slight green tinge rather than grey, so it's not really a true old man. Old man who's been sitting in the wet. Nice foggy little foresty stream. The creek beside me starts to get smaller and die down. Keep my ears out for sounds of Mohua. It'd be great to catch them on the bush edge. Not so normal, but it does happen. Just because then they'll lower down, there'll be lighting. If they're up in the main forest, we often see them in the tall beech trees, and they're a bit hard to photograph. Even with a big zoom, not that mine's giant, but yeah. So keep my ear out for the sound of the Mohua, or the South Island yellowhead. So yeah, the South Island, so New Zealand Mohua, only in the South Island. There's a similar sort of bird in the North Island called the whitehead, except they're white instead of yellow, but they're similar in shape, size and body, and genetically related presumably. Some form, well, not genetically, but in the same family and genus. So there's the Mohua in this valley. They almost went extinct in this valley back in the last, when was I first here? 2007. So yeah, 2007 through to about 2014, 15. There were very few Mohua in this valley. The odd one. There was a pair for a couple of years that successfully bred, but there were very low numbers, and when they were surveyed there were like ones all till the nesting pair turned up further up the valley. Anyway, the New Zealand Mohua Trust funded DOC to transfer Mohua into this valley. That was 2013ish, 14ish. Had the pleasure of seeing some of those releases. That's cool. Anyway, so the Mohua are being released here. There were a couple of releases into this valley, about 60 at a time from memory. And they've been doing okay, but they did spread out too much. They didn't hang around in the same spots like everyone hoped. Some of them moved into adjacent valleys or just disappeared off into the wild blue yonder to who knows where, if they're surviving anywhere else. And so the Mohua are still here, but they're doing okay, but they're not doing as well as people would like. I think they're probably finding sort of 10, 15 nests a year over the last however long it is since they've been here. Well, it's been almost 10 years now. Crikey, time flies. So yeah, in the last 10 years, I think they might go up to 20 nests one year. I might be wrong with that. I'm getting muddled up some of the other valleys' statistics. So there's Mohua in this valley, and some of them will be banded because they get Mohua experts come along each year and do surveys and do nest protection or nest monitoring. They'll do mist netting to catch some of the birds and ban the juveniles. Not sure if they did that last summer or not, can't remember. Anyway, so it's a little bit about the Mohua in this valley in the Arthur's Pass National Park. South Island robin. So there's some parakeets right close here. You can hear them moving, which means they're under 5 or 10 metres. I'm feeling a bit out of practice at parakeet spotting. You can hear them flying, that means they're really close. I can see a parakeet, right. Time for binos out. Didn't get to ID these ones, binoculars. So anyway, cool to see. Here's a little friendly robin. Trying to get some bug there. something in there is good to eat. And Robo. You can see, I don't know if you can hear, vibrating his foot. It's a common trait of the South Island robin, or probably North Island as well. They vibrate their feet on the ground. Probably various theories on what that is. Oh, he's decided it's not worth the effort. I can hear Parakeet again, so they haven't gone. So there's parakeets right here, were juvenile chicks I could hear, and adults. But this regen, couldn't get an eye on them. They're pretty close because I could hear them fluttering around. Oh, it's a very still day, so you can't hear them quite a way away. They had to be closer than 10 metres, 15 at the most. But I think they've moved on. Cool though. First parakeets seen today. Well, actually I saw the ones this morning earlier, but they're just fluttering past them briefly. So in this valley there's two types of parakeets. There's orange-fronted parakeet and the yellow-crowned parakeet. Yellow-crowned parakeet's is locally uncommon across, or locally common if you know where you are, across South Island, New Zealand, and I think they're a bit in the North Island, I can't remember, maybe not so much. But yeah, so yellow crowns across South Island patches, throughout Arthur's Pass National Park and patches. And then in this valley and a few other areas we had the very endangered orange-fronted parakeet. But they're both very similar, both green, emeraldy green, with a blue on their wingtips. So they got the yellow. They're both emerald green. They both got the yellow crown on top. But the yellow crown parakeet has a little bit of orange fronds above the beak. And the only the most obvious difference between the orange-fronted parakeet and the yellow crown parakeet is the colour on the fronds. So the yellow crown has red, crimson, and the orange-fronted has orange. So it's quite hard to tell the difference unless you're up close, got good lighting and binoculars. The greens are slightly different, but only really experts can use that as an indication of what they think the species might be. You can't ID them off the green. They do hybridise a little bit. But yeah, generally the yellow crown has a sort of a slightly duller green, and the orange-fronted parakeet has a slightly brighter bluish green, but it's really, unless they're side by side, it's really hard to see a difference, and it depends on the season. They're not always that different, so it depends on the time of year. So yeah, I'm looking for parakeets in this valley as long as Mohua. Yeah, I don't know where those ones have gone. That's alright. Oh, it's about now. I wish I brought my thermos of a hot drink. I thought about it, but I decided, because it's a frosty morning, but I decided that the pack was heavy enough. Didn't want to add another 1.5 kilos to it. Well, no, not kilo, another kilo of hot drink and thermos. But now my feet are cold and wet, hands are cold, sore hand every now and again. It's a bit of a pain to operate the button. Oh, looks like a kiwi poo down there. Yeah. Looks like a kiwi poo. Yep, smells like a kiwi poo. It's a kiwi poo. I mean, a kiwi here recently. Great spotted kiwi. So, great spotted kiwi poo on the track. good. So you can see it's not a very big one, which is interesting. Could be a, here's my hand. So, great spot of kiwi poo is usually sort of brown with a bit of white, sort of soily dirt in it. I mean bugs and invertebrates and a bit of dirt with them. And white, they've got a distinct sort of smell. So yeah, quite a distinct sort of smell. So that's how I can tell by smelling it. I can tell by the look of it what it might be, or probably likely to be, but the smell is a bit of a giveaway. If you've had some experience smelling kiwi poo, which I did a long time ago at one point when I did some kiwi work. And when you're handling them, you don't really want them pooing on you because then your jersey stinks for weeks. Well, assuming you're working out for weeks. Well, not weeks, sorry, days. Days. You know, when you used to work 10 days at a time. So, week and a half. So yeah, you don't want to get kiwi poo on your jersey at the start of your trip because you're living in your jersey. You don't quite sleep in it. Well, this is really cold. But yeah, we're staying in back country and huts and stuff. No washing machines and that sort of thing. It's too cold to wash in the river. So yeah, trying to get kiwi poo on your clothes if you're a kiwi handler. Unless you like the smell. Some people do. It's pretty bad when it's fresh. Anyway, that's how I identify kiwi poo. Confirm by smelling it. Well, the sun is coming. You can see it in the forest over there. But it's still not got to me yet. So now I'll look forward to it, getting a bit further over the mountain, warming me up a bit. Right, I'm just trying to get a bit of walking in. I can warm up a bit, keep warm. And yeah, here comes the sun just now. Oops. Just see it poking on the trees here. Nice. It'll take a while for it to start giving me some heat. But won't be too long, I'll be taking layers off. Good change from being cold. So this valley I'm in today with this Mohua and it's Parakeets. It's the Department of Conservation, our local New Zealand government conservation department. Does quite a bit of work here because of the endangered orange-fronted parakeet, which are critically endangered. There's about between 300 and 450-ish in the wild, and some of them are on offshore islands to keep them free from introduced predators, rats and stoats and mice and things, possums. Anyway, so this valley, yeah, gets a lot of work for removing those predators. So there's lots of traps in here. They've got some ground poison stations for rats, and then there are lots of stoat traps and boxes. There's some possum traps. They do cat trapping at different times of the year for feral cats. Feral cats are quite bad for our native wildlife. They've been wild in New Zealand for 120 plus years. So, yeah, anyway, orange-fronted parakeet lives in this valley, and yeah, special to me, orange-fronted parakeet, because I worked with them for many years. So I'm just going down the hill. I did about 6 seasons, I think it was, 5 or 6 seasons, a couple of different times with orange-fronted parakeets, monitoring them in the forest as a field worker, helping the scientists and general management. It was a really awesome job, really blessed to have that experience in that time of my life, out spending so much time in the forests and nature, observing one particular species, but got to observe lots of species at the same time. And yeah, so orange is special to me because I spend much time in my life trying to help protect them and save them. And yeah, we're still fighting a battle there. There's a big team now who do that at dock, but there's still always more you can do. and there's still never enough funding to do everything you want to do. So yeah, do enjoy. Yeah, but I haven't seen an orange-fronted parakeet in the wild for, it's like 5 years or something. I finished on that team, and well, I finished full-time on that team, seasonally full-time on that team in 2018 season, and I did a couple of stints helping out with some tree climbing for them. I at least haven't seen an orange from the wild since 2020, so that's 5 years. Crikey dookers. A bit slacking. I meant to come out here. I've been up here a couple of times. Can't hear my family and camped one time. But anyway, didn't see orange fronts then. But yeah, I haven't been up here specifically. Oh, I've been up here specifically to look for parakeets once, but a friend. But yeah, I haven't been up here to look for orange fronts for years. Time flies by when you're having life and family and jobs and whatever. So I haven't been here for 5 years, mate. That's pretty bad. Anyway, great to be back here. Beautiful. Love this. Oh, this valley's nice enough. It's nice today. I wouldn't say it's my favourite valley, but it's special to me because it's the orange-fronted Parakeet and Mohua territory. So yeah, should give it a bit of a view. So this is looking up this valley. There's heaps of mountains up there. Big bit of snow. Sun just peeping over the hill there. Oh, they look behind us here. Cool. Cool bananas. Cool views, in fact. Not bananas. Such a cool morning to be out here. Literally cold, but a stunning lighting, which I can't quite pick up, I'm afraid, how I'd like. Look at this. There's the fog down the valley. Beauty. Still as you can hear birds from hundreds of metres away. Sun just burning out the fog. Oh, heading up there towards that mountain. Oh, it was cool, just a little nature moment there. Just saw a couple of hares, just about, well, sort of spooked them. They were quite close, they weren't too spooked. But yeah, they didn't hang around for me to get the camera back out, which I just put away. That's cool to see, some hares walking around, enjoying the sun here. Must have walked right past them when they didn't spook. It's cool to see. Ah, such a stunning day. Hard to keep moving. I want to keep stopping and looking at everything. There's like lovely little crystals and ice crystals, just little ice crystals floating in the air. Stunning. Beautiful. But I want to get to certain bits of forest to look for Mohua, so need to keep moving up. Keep moving and not get distracted by the beauty that's surrounding me, especially with this fog this morning. It's just absolutely cool. There's a little creek bit here I gotta cross. It's pretty low. There must be some more over here somewhere maybe. Righty. Oh, just beautiful day in Arthur's Pass National Park. Great day to be out, isn't it? Yeah, not every day's like this, that's for sure. Probably about one day a week, maybe on average. Maybe on average, depending on the time of year. This time of year, you might get 2 days a week. Over the summer, you might get 5 days a week that are like this. Well, and usually not so windless. But oh, it's a beautiful day. Oh, hallelujah, so cool to be out amongst nature, God's creation, and see the beauty of it all. That's what this channel's all about. Sharing it with you. So, just keeping myself moving. One, to keep my feet warm. Two, because, well, as much as this flat's all nice and beautiful in the sun, it's not what my focus was going to be for the day. So, yeah, oh, look at that view. Just awesome. Could just trouble, I don't want to rush too much and miss the view. It's the thing about observing nature. It doesn't pay to get too focused on what you think you're going to do, where you're going to go, because nature's right there in front of you. When you stumble over it, often that's the best observations of it you get, the most pleasant, unexpected, and the joy of seeing things that you come across. Occasionally you plan to go and do something, and you go to want to spot something or find something you haven't seen before, and you might go out and find it at the first pop, but not so common. Get up into that sunshine way over there. Missing a lot of the valley, but anyway, having spent a lot of time doing bird work over the years, I've got a rough idea where, well, I don't know what the bird life is, where it is all currently, but I've got an idea of the spots where mohu are likely to be hanging out, although hopefully not way up the mountainside because I haven't got time to go way up high today. No, who's see, might have some time to go up high, but not way up, not the bush line. Takes too long. Ah, here's a real river. So I might get my feet wet again. Right, some river crossing. Here's the river. Hey! This is not very deep. Bit chilly, but it's no chillier than the frost on the grass. So, not that I've been walking pretty much along grass, which is good. Now, although there's some frost on the long grass coming up, I see. Stunner of a day. Woohoo! Beautiful day. Beautiful day. Just realised I'm supposed to do a Kia survey, but anyway, decided that I won't do a Kia survey today just because there's so much happening and I'm too distracted. Oh, likely I'll notice a Kia if I hear it, but I'm so excited to be out here looking at birds in such a wonderful day. But yeah, I can't really have enough a small amount of concentration open for Kia survey, so flag a Kia survey today. Sorry Kia for you all. Some parakeets over here somewhere. Nice bit of forest, into the forest now. And look, had some parakeets before. This is a big red beech tree. There's some parakeets flying by. So I'm just in some mountain beach here, just a small mountain beach. There were some parakeets I heard before, but I think they've gone. But I want to stick to these smaller trees rather than the big forest if I can for spotting birds, because then one, they're closer, or you might actually see them with binoculars, and then also a slight chance of getting a photograph of them. Even in these trees, it'd be pretty hard to get a photograph of them. If they come down low, which they do sometimes, but mostly they're staying up high. And in the great big red beech, it's hard to even see them and identify them, let alone get a photograph of them. So hopefully I'll manage to bump into some mohua or parakeets in some of this lower forest today to get the opportunity to take some photos. Be cool. Okay, so I'm bashing through the forest a bit. So I've just heard some parakeets in a parakeety sort of area. Well, it could be anywhere. But the parakeets here, bellbirds, robins. Sorry, not robin, bellbirds. Oh, there's a robin. Look at that. And bellbirds upset about something. Anyway, I'm going to try and find some parakeets to photograph. Look at that. That's a deer wallow. Big deer wallow from the stags roaring last month. Mating season. Wallowing around there, making himself all smelly. Four bellbirds here, all singing away. Pretty cool. Heap of bellbirds here, well at least 4 bellbirds singing away in the sunshine, getting some video footage of them. It's awesome. Bellbird got this anyway. Oh, awesome. That was a cool little experience. Bellbirds, there are 4, maybe 6 of them. Oh, I'm glad that one was making a funny noise. I thought it was a Mohua for a little bit. Funny, sort of windy. Yeah, I came a little noise at the end of it. Not sure if the mic would have picked it up. We'll eventually see later on. So yeah, good to be in some short, scrubby stuff so that I can get up close and see. They wouldn't worry about me at all. They were quite happy with me being about 4 metres away. And, well, they're coming closer than 2 metres really. So that's pretty cool. What it's about. Come and have a look. You never know what you see. Can't plan too much. Of course, it'd been awesome if it was parakeets or Mohua, but awesome to see bellbirds, just enjoy them doing their belling and they're talking to each other up close like that. Cool. Hallelujah. Good old preen. New Zealand bellbird, known for its bell-like and melodic call. Ah, that feels better. Some sunlight into my feathers. Hey! Get rid of those mites and things. Hey! Ooh, ah, that's a few. Just heard a parakeet not too far away actually, so try and get onto them. The bellbird still doing this funny whistle call. Let me get water on my lens. Oh, there's a few parakeets here.